Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala Rasulihil Kareem. So now this is the last section regarding إخراج الكلام على خلاف مقتضى الظاهر, where you wouldn't bring the kalam, the speech, the Arabic text according to the normal rules. So we're discussing it here. تغليب. غلب يغلب غلبا, to overpower. And غلب يغلب تغليبا, it means to make one thing overpower another. وهو ترجيح أحد الشيئين على الآخر في إطلاق لفظه عليه. It is to what? It's to give tarjih, preference to one thing over the other in choice in word selection. Okay? What does it mean? You have two things. Okay, you have two things. Now, you want to use one word for both of them. So which word would you use? Okay? Let's say for example, كتغليب المذكر على المؤنث في قوله تعالى وكانت من القانتين. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about one of the wives of one of the prophets. Or Hazrat Maryam, not Maryam, Hazrat Asiya, the wife of Fir'aun. So وكانت من القانتين. Now قانتين is what? Jama'. What sigha is this? Jama' مذكر. Isn't it? Now, when you say, because obviously in the world, it's not only men who are qanit and who are obedient to Allah and pious, and who, it's women as well. But the Arabs, what did they do? Did they say, well, you got choice, you got qanitin and you got qanitat. Qanitat. So you can't say min al-qanitin wal qanitat. Like some people Allah says, inna qanitin wal qanitat wal abidin wal abidat. Allah mentioned wal dhakirin Allah kathiran wal dhakirat. So you can't mention both of them separately for particular purposes to emphasize or to get a point across. But usually it's not mentioned as such. Usually what happens, you just mention one. Now the Arabs, they would give taghlib to the male over the female. كتغليب المذكر على المؤنث. Instead of saying قانتات, كان من القانتات, instead of قانتين, and including in this is what? قانتات comes under automatically. Okay? Modern in English recently, maybe last 20 years or so, they start using, they start mixing genders. Sometimes they use he, sometimes they use she. Before that it was just all man, a person, a man would, and they would mean man, he would mean a person. But recently they started trying to use mixed sigha, etc. But normally it's a taghlib, is a way of speech that the Arabs use. So when you say in the Quran, Allah uses a male sigha, instead of it does not necessarily have to refer to male only, it refers to what? It refers to all species, but just to taghlib of the mudhakkar over mu'annas. You have a choice of qanitin and qanitat, but you pick the word qanitin and include qanitat. So to give preference of one word, one of two things over the other in choice of words. For example, Ya Maryam uqnuti li rabbiki wasjudi warka'i ma'ar. Maryam, to usjudi warka'i ma'ar raki'in. To be raki'at, but you use the mudhakkar. Okay. Next one, وَمِنْهُ الْأَبَوَانِ. You say what? Abun, plural is what? Abawan. There's no word for parents as such. You call it abawan. Ya walidayhi. So walid means the one who gives, walid is the father. Okay, instead of saying walidun wa walidatu, we say walidani. You give taghrib to the mudhakkar over the muannas. So, Allah says in the Quran, Ya bani Adam la yaftinannakum ash-shaytanu kama akhraja abawaykum. Your mother and father, your parents. It doesn't mean you have two fathers. Okay, somebody come linguistically and trying to say, well, literally, say, well, no, the Quran does say, look, there were two, there was not male and female, two men. That's how the Quran speaks. Okay, you have to understand the literature. You can't try to interpret Quran ayah according to your culture. You have to understand how the language is spoken then, and according to that, you have to understand the Quran. That's why I keep on saying over and over again, understanding Arabic literature, Arabic poetry is very, very important. Okay, if you can't just read an English translation trying to figure out what it means, you have to understand the context and the language of the tanzeel, of the way of the revelation. Another one is كتغليب المذكر, to give taghlib of the mudhakkar, or the lighter. Lighter means the pronunciation over the other. For example, al-qamarain. So al-shams is what? Mudhakkar muannas? Muannath. And al-qamar is what? Mudhakkar muannas? Mudhakkar. So you give, again, similar to the previous one, you give preference to this over that, even though shams is bigger, and it is more, it stands out more. Even then, you give preference to al-qamar. You don't call it shamsain, what do you say? Al-qamarain. Similarly, wal-umarain. So when you want to refer to Hazrat Abu Bakr and Umar radiyallahu anhu, what's easy to say? Umarain, because Abu Bakr, you have to say what? Abawa Bakrin. So I say, when you talk about the two Khalifa, I say Umarain. And Umarain means what? Abu Bakr and Umar. But which word is shorter? Which was akhaf? Light in the tongue. Umar or Abu Bakr? Umar, because it has only 3 letters. And Abu Bakr has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you say Umarain instead of Abu Bakr, ya Abawa Bakrin. Yes, so what's akhaf? What's easier? Taghlib. You say Umarain, that means both Abu Bakr and Umar radiyallahu anhu. Another example, you use aqil, you give preference to the aqil over the ghair aqil. For example, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah, praise to Allah, Lord of the kingdoms. So Alameen, so it's alam, and the plural of that's alamun, alam, alamani, alamuna. So the majority of the kingdoms, the bird kingdom, the all different kingdoms, the bird kingdom, the jungle kingdom, I love the word jungle kingdom, but all different like animals, birds, insects, predators, prey, all of these kind of, they have all their own kingdoms and their own way that they survive and they live. Okay, so what are we done here? Instead of saying al-alami wal-alima, yeah, you just use what? So alameen is jama' muzakkar aqil, isn't it? But even the non-aqil who have their own kingdoms are counted in the alameen. Okay. Similarly, for example, قالوا اتخذ الله ولدا. They say Allah has taken a child. Subhana. Jumla mu'tariza. Subhana. بل له ما في السماوات والأرض. Allah doesn't have a child. Allah has everything. له ما في السماوات والأرض. Everything in the heavens and Allah is, everything in the heavens and earth belongs to Allah. كل له قانتون. Each one of them is qanit. So ما في السماوات والأرض, majority of the things in the heavens and earth are what? Aqil or غير aqil? Trees, animals, there's much more. Fish. So it's with the qanitat, ya qanitatun. But you give taghlib to the aqil over the غير aqil. Do you understand? Any question regarding it? It's called taghlib. Okay, this is the last of the إخراج الكلام على خلاف مقتضى الظاهر. So shall we summarize that next lesson inshallah. But any questions regarding this one? Okay? Okay, subhanallah bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.